I mean, billionaires for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with.
Bro, what was he talking about during this debate, man? This is.
Biden made gaffe after gaffe last night. Roll it.
What I'm going to do is fix the tax system. For example, we have 1,000 trillionaires in America. I mean, billionaires for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare, there's a lot of young women are being raped by their in-laws, by their.
Bro, what was he talking about during this debate, man? This is. And America doesn't have 1,000 billionaires. It has 756. But I give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll round up to 1,000 for him. Who cares about that? Why is he rambling on like he's hysterical or something? Why is he rambling on as if he forgot his whole entire presidency? Like, do you not know that you are the president right now? First of all, some of the things that you're listing as problems, you could be fixing like today. Like, you could be fixing this stuff right now as a president. And I'm not trying to pick on Biden, but as a president, if they're asking you these type of questions, you do realize the questions, the detrimental questions, such as the negativity regarding the black community's finances and black jobs or whatever. This stuff is happening literally during your presidency. The inflation is happening during your presidency. The housing crisis is happening during your presidency. The amount of illegal immigrants coming over the border is happening during your presidency. This is not my bias. This is literally happening right now as I speak. And you just don't know any answers to this, as if you aren't the CEO of America? Man.
Spouses, brothers and sisters, it's just ridiculous. And they can do nothing about it. And they try to arrest them when they cross state line. I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more border patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence.
Wow, I tell you, look at these headlines. Even left-leaning outlets are slamming Biden. Just look at them, all of them. Vivek Ramaswamy with me now. Vivek, it should be clear to everybody that Biden simply cannot be president for another 4 years. My question is, though, how will the Democrats force him out before the election? How are they going to do it?
Well, the reality is, Stuart, the first step was having this debate in the first place. This is the earliest ever televised presidential debate in U.S. history, and the first one that occurred before the nominating convention of either party. That was not an accident. The Democratic camp, supposedly Biden's camp, but it was really the Democratic machine, argued for this and negotiated for this for a reason. The reality is they deserve to be honest with the American people now. Who is actually running the country? Who is in charge of the United States?
One thing he said that really stuck. They deserve to be honest with the American people now. And this is what really what frustrates me. I've gotten a lot of backlash for saying that, and this is crazy because I think I'm very objective, but this is just the truth. A lot of Democratic candidates and a lot of the Democratic Party, they are not honest with the black community, and they are not honest with America as a whole. But I focus on the black community because a lot of the videos I do are regarding that. But anyways, I said they're not honest. They lie to people all the time. They lie to people every day, and you need to recognize that. Not saying that you have to become a cold stone conservative or a Republican or whatever, but at least be honest with yourself because you deserve the honesty. And I think that debate proved it. They lie to you. They lie to you. They manipulate you time and time again. They use you. They use you for votes. They use you to make themselves rich. They use you. And you need to recognize that. Now, you're having the earliest debate ever, and guess what Vivek Ramaswamy said? Someone who's very well connected in these political circles. Guess what he said? Oh, they're just using people again. Now they're honest with you after they've been lying for years. Who would have thought?
Of America. After last night's debate, I don't think there's a single person at home who saw that who believes it's Joe Biden, because it's not. but we deserve a government that tells us the truth. And I think one of the concerning questions for right now, not even the election, I'm talking about today, the next few months leading up to the election, is who is actually leading the United States of America? The Democrats and the White House have not offered a clear answer to that question. And if they tell us that's Joe Biden, we now know that is a lie. And Americans, I think, demand the truth because our security determines and depends on it.
There's supposed to be another debate in September. I think it's September the 10th or the 11th. The 10th, I believe it is. Do you think it'll take place?
I don't think it's going to be a Trump-Biden debate. Trump has no reason to debate. The people of the country saw what they needed to see. Last night was a sad enough spectacle of Joe Biden. Donald Trump did great, but it was a sad indictment of even the existence of a U.S. president who's not even present in the White House today.
And this sucks because I'm in my very early 20s, right? I'm 21 years old. So this kind of sucks because these people will determine a lot of my defining years as an adult. I'll be getting my first apartment or house during these years. I'll be doing a lot of big milestones during the years of the next presidency. So to me, it's extremely important. I think to everyone it's extremely important, but I'm going to remember this. And over the past few years, man, it's just been terribleness after terribleness. Soon as 2021 hit, soon as I was turning 18, we had a freaking inflation crisis, not even on top of a pandemic. And now people are watching a president who can barely be coherent, who can barely speak, who's not concise in how he speaks, who looks like he needs some rest, honestly, on stage, and they are fighting for his presidency. Forget Democrat, forget liberal, forget what you are. Do people honestly think that we will be okay with it? You know what? I'm not even going to go down this path. I'm not. Vote for who you want. Vote for who you want. Just look into these presidential candidates that you claim to support and that you claim that support you.
So I think it would be a disservice to have a Trump-Biden debate. But I do think that the reality is the Democrats may have a very different plan that they have yet to be transparent about with the public. And we're going to have to see what happens in the next 2 months on that front.
Former Missouri Senator Claire McCaskill, she's wondering why Kamala Harris or Gavin Newsom aren't throwing their hats in the ring. So Vivek, who do you think will run if the Democrats push Biden out? Who they got?
Well, look, I think they have a lot of people who are aspiring to that seat, but they have an identity politics problem. They have a Kamala Harris problem. If there's one person who's less popular than Joe Biden, it is actually none other than Kamala Harris, the person waiting if something happened to Joe Biden to take the presidency. So the reality is they have to pick somebody who solves that woman of color label. That's what they've adopted. It's their words, not mine. That I think have shackled.
That's so stupid, bro. They picking presidents based off of skin color now? Not saying that's what happened with Kamala Harris. I'm going off of what Vivek Ramaswamy said. He brought up women of color, so I'm reacting to that specifically. Why does this even matter? This woman of color, so they're looking for another woman of color. Is this what we're doing now? We have to run a country here. Do people not realize we have to run a country? We're talking about women of color. This is a joke.
Their range of choices. I think Michelle Obama checks that box. I think many people who check even one of those boxes of being diverse, I think they're tethered to that in a way that makes it very difficult for them to put up another person that otherwise would fail their own identity politics purity tests. But the reality is plenty of other people want to step up into the void. The reality is they have been non-transparent. They have lied. They've lied about the fact that Joe Biden is running the country. And I think that dishonesty persists no matter who they put up. Funny, Stuart, you were at the debate. When I was at the NBC debate last fall, one of the things I said was the Democrats needed to be honest that it was not going to be Joe Biden as the nominee. It was laughed off by the left as a conspiracy theory then. Well, it's become reality today, and we have to confront that truth.
We're really picking presidential candidates based off of skin color, bro. This is 2024, and this is our reality. How did we get to this point? How? Anyways, this is Jojo. I'll see you guys.